on
I
Hanging
will.
Sky's level of sodium. So tell me a little bit about Hanging Sky and his level of sodium.
Radiant
Wow.
team ban.
If I had to say anything, what? It's not working?
What? Hello?
Wait, what's wrong?
Can
Hello?
you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you just
Dire
fine.
team ban.
Yeah, just keep talking.
Wow. Hanging
Radiant
Sky's known
team
to take
ban.
losses pretty bad. Yeah. Drank sodium for breakfast. Lunch and dinner. Yeah.
Got a Doom ban coming out first from the Dire and a Shadow Fiend ban first from the Radiant. Looks like they really respect the mid player
10
from
seconds remaining.
Rochester. It looks like Rochester actually made a
5 seconds
player
remaining.
swap in the middle. They should record that.
Yeah. Dire team ban.
It looks like
Player-
Rochester made a player swap. They swapped out their mid player for Kimi here. So
Are you sure you didn't just change his name or something?
no. That's a completely different player. So they did make a player swap. They are allowed to do this, but they're only allowed to do this 3 times in the
Radiant
season.
team
So I
pick.
need to confirm with them that they did record this with CSL. Make sure to note that they did make that player swap. To be a Doombringer and Tidehunter band from the Dire side. Those are mirrored bans. Those are the same bans that Hanging Sky did in his games. And it looks like Hanging Sky's gonna pick Slardar first.
Dire team pick.
So it looks like both players sort of, after playing the first 2 games, both teams sort of seeing what the other team likes and trying to ban out against it. So Slardar picked up. Hanging Sky really doesn't want to deal with it, and it did a lot of work in the game 1 that they did win. Game 2, even though they did lose, the Slardar was still played quite well, although the pace of the game was dictated by that amazing Lina play. What do you think Rochester will do here on their first 2 picks, Winston?
I haven't watched the previous
5
game, so I
seconds
wouldn't know.
remaining.
But you've seen the last 2 games, so what do you think is the best way to go?
So it looks like a Windrunner
Dire
first
team
pick.
pick.
It was banned out in both first phases of the last 2 games, so Windrunner is going to be picked up here.
So what's their second pick?
I don't know. Windrunner can be run very versatile. It can be run in any lane. So it doesn't really reveal too much. The second pick, maybe they'll go for another ambiguous pick here. Try to
Like a support pick, or I was seeing like another core.
I think it'll be an
5
ambiguous
seconds remaining.
pick. So someone who could, like Windrunner can be both a support and a core. So I think
Reserve time.
second one may be another pick like that. We may see something like that.
So is their star player, the mid player, much better than all the rest of them?
Well, those
or-
star players swapped out for Kimi now, so yeah.
So we're gonna see we might see some like a weaker team right now.
Or a
Depending on
stronger
what-
team, I don't know. It looks like they swapped 2 players because their Slardar player got swapped out too.
Radiant team
Was that their
pick.
second best player in your opinion, or
I would say so.
GG? We're looking at a very different game then.
Yeah, I don't know what happened there.
Wait, so if they use 2 of their three swaps, then that means that they're using, for the entire season, they're using 2 of their 3 swaps right now.
Yeah,
That seems
yeah,
a little-
once the game starts, I'll
10
chat
seconds remaining.
and ask them about that.
That seems almost a little unbelievable.
5
I mean,
seconds
the
remaining.
season's only like a few more games, so it's not that bad.
Reserve time.
So we've got a Dazzle picked up here. Hanging Sky's a very big fan of
Radiant
this
team
hero,
ban.
so not a big surprise he's gonna go for the Dazzle.
Is it gonna go for the mid dazzle?
This is actually, I don't think it'll be the mid Dazzle. He's respecting Rochester with that Shadow Fiend ban, but I do see this nice strat coming out from Hanging Sky. Looks like he's gonna go for a minus armor strat, so he'll be able to take Roshan very quickly and do a lot of damage via right clicks. They've got Dazzle Weave and Slaughter Amplify damage already.
So what do you think the dire strategy is gonna be? They have an Earthshaker and they have Wind Rangers. That's a lot of CC. So
It's a lot of
Okay.
ambiguous picks, like I said. They don't want to reveal their game plans. They
Dire
like
team
Earthshaker can
ban.
offlane or support. Same for Windrunner, and Windrunner can mid as well. So they're being pretty ambiguous with these 2 first picks. I do think it will be an Earthshaker support, but it could be Earthshaker offlane
10
as well.
seconds
So
remaining.
we don't really get too much information. All we know, they have good stuns and
5
good
seconds
lockdown.
remaining.
So they banned the Invoker. It's gonna be a
Respect ban
Respect
for
ban,
the
yeah.
Jesse.
Reserve time.
and Jesse really only does play a few heroes very well. He's sort of lackluster on the majority of the hero pool. Other
I
than
know he has a
Invoker,
fantastic Storm Spirit.
Invoker, Meeple, I guess Dragon Knight. I've seen him play that, and Queen of Pain. And I don't know if he wants to pick up Invoker against this Earthshaker Windrunner.
Dire
First
team
two
pick.
picks. So this next pick should give a lot of idea to both us and Columbia about what the strategy for Rochester is. And so this next pick is going to be pretty important. So I do see both teams going to be taking a lot of time on this next phase in terms of picks, unless Hanging Sky just sort of knows what he wants to do.
10 seconds
Do
remaining.
you think Hanging Sky has a plan already that he wants? So you
5
say he
seconds
has the
remaining.
minus armor strat. Do you think he's just gonna pick a lot of minus armor?
I think Starter and Dazzler are plenty of minus armor already. They don't
Reserve time.
need too much more. It's already the minus armor strat with just these two heroes.
So is the minus armor strat good for pushing, or is it good for team
It's
fighting?
good for team fights. And taking Roshan. But they don't have dire side, so I see Rochester really favors the dire side. They make really good advantages of taking Roshan. As we saw in the first game, they just took Roshan every time it was up very quickly, and then they just pushed down with the Aegis, and they sort of ran down Columbia. I also think Columbia's draft in the first game was a little weak. It's going to be a Winter Wyvern, so this is a really strong support duel. We've seen this support duel many times in pro scene, casual scene, anywhere. Winter Wyvern Earthshaker just really, really strong because you have a lot of synergy in both laning phase, team fights, and otherwise, because the Winter's Curse brings their heroes together for Echo Slam, and then you've also got the Arctic Burn slowing them down for Fissure, and you've got a lot of damage in just Splinter Blast,
10
Fissure,
seconds remaining.
Arctic Burn. You just got a lot of damage, and it's a very good defensive
5
support
seconds
duel.
remaining.
So I do see it looks like it's gonna be a support duel. I
Reserve
really
time.
think there'll be a support duel, so they're probably going to pick a carry that needs a lot to get online. Maybe something like an anti-mage, something like a Spectre, someone they need to babysit. Because Winter Wyvern and Earthshaker are very good at babysitting, and it's really hard to lane against that duel.
Well, against this lineup, do you think that the anti-mage or the Spectre will be better? Personally, I think that the Spectre would be good with the Radiance and all the big ults for the CC, but
We've got
I'm not
Rubik
sure.
picked up here for the Radiant.
team
Rubik is an
pick.
excellent pickup. Every single hero on the dire side right now has excellent spells to steal. Rubik's one of my favorite heroes, my most played hero, so I'm quite pleased that it's Rubik. I hope to see great things coming out, and I think it will be a Wyvern Rubik. It may be a little Hanging Sky Rubik. Either one plays Rubik well.
So what do you think the fourth pick is going to be? Is it
10
carries
seconds
last, right? So it's going to be another core, right?
I mean, it's still ambiguous.
5 seconds
Earthshaker
remaining.
may be run as an offlane still. I don't see it happening, but it's a potential.
Reserve time.
I think they'll want to pick up their mid hero here. If it's not Windrunner, it could be a Windrunner mid, so it may be the other core other than the carry, I think. But there are 2 bans left, so they maybe not want to let the bans come out. So they will pick the carry. And Spectre instantly picked up
Dire
by
team
Columbia.
ban.
Didn't even consider the Ember Spirit pickup. And I think Ember Spirit actually isn't that great here. He really suffers against Stardar because he just dies before he can Spirit out because there's just so much damage.
10
And
seconds
then
remaining.
even after he Spirits out, Spectre can just haunt and finish him
5
off.
seconds remaining.
So
What do you think about the Spectre pick? Is that good against this current lineup, or?
it's
10
pretty good.
seconds
It'll
remaining.
disable Blink Dagger on Earthshaker, render him pretty ineffective. Windrunner likes to give Blink
Radiant
Dagger
team
too.
ban.
And they're all squishy, so they'll all take a lot of damage from the Spectre. So I think it's a solid pick. I think right now, as we're looking at it, there's not really too much tank on the dire side. They're really squishy. So if Radiant just
seconds
secures
remaining.
the Spectre into late game and Ember doesn't get too massive, I think
5
they
seconds
can
remaining.
just sort of ult every time Spectre has it and then get like 3 kills on squishy heroes.
Reserve time.
So do you think we're looking at like a Tidehunter off lane? for the
Tidehunter has
Dire?
been banned out.
So like some tanky offlane for the dire side because they need more
Again,
health.
it could be Earthshaker offlane, so we really don't know. I do want to see. I think they want to look at an offlaner here. I do agree. Maybe something like a Darkseer, someone that likes to get mech early. Um, Maybe even something like a Bristleback to tank up, but I don't think Bristleback will be that effective, especially with all the minus armor. I think Darkseer should be good. Darkseer synergizes very well with their entire team, with the Ember Spirit Battle Furies, with the Winter Wyvern's Curse, with the Earthshaker Echo Slam. I think Hanging Sky should be banning out the Darkseer here. I see that as a lot of synergy, and I see as a hero that might be played. He's gonna ban out the Clockwork instead.
Dire team pick.
No, no, yeah, okay, so it wasn't
Great
it was an
team
Earthshaker
pick.
offlane, like I said. It's pretty. I mean, it could be a Windrunner offlane either. So looks like it's gonna be a carry Phantom Monster. I don't know. Phantom Monster does okay, I guess. They picked up their shaker, so that's one of the big counters. But Gyrocopter's still in the pool. They still got a carry for Columbia. Gyrocopter does well.
Are they gonna
10
pick a
seconds
gyrocopter
remaining.
when they already have a specter already?
Oh, never mind. Yeah, that was
5 seconds
So it's gonna be a
remaining.
mid play. They could run a mid gyro. I've seen that before. Um, you're right. It's gonna be a mid hero.
Reserve time.
Oh, so the one hero that Jesse wants to play is Meeple, but Meeple sucks dick against their team. So I really
Yeah,
don't see
against
the Meeple
Earthshaker,
having-
no
And
way.
Ember Spirit and Windrunner.
No
Even Winter
way.
Wyvern is good. It's not gonna be Meeple. Plus Spectre needs the farm. So this is actually quite limiting in terms of Jesse's hero pool.
10 seconds remaining.
It's really limiting in terms of drafting potential for Hanging Sky. So they're quite
5
concerned.
seconds
It looks like
remaining.
they're running out of time. They may just pick up a safety hero. Who knows?
Tinker.
Tinker! Interesting. I'm not sure if that was random, but I think it was picked right before time ended. This is... I guess it's just they were looking for heroes that Jesse is comfortable playing, and I guess he said Tinker.
Is Tinker good in this situation?
I don't think so. I haven't seen Tinker in forever. Anyway, let's do some hero introductions. I'll do Columbia. We've got Dino playing the Rubik, so a little bit of a
Prepare for
position
battle.
swap. Hanging Sky on the Dazzle, Wyvern on the offlane Slardar, Jesse on that mid Tinker, and Calypso playing that carry Spectre. Can you do introductions for the Dire?
So we have Matt Flu playing the Phantom Lancer. We have A Squared playing Earthshaker. We have Smalls playing Windrunner, and we have Ender playing Ember Spirit, and we have Winter Wyvern playing Kimi playing Winter Wyvern. So we see them moving out already, but the Winter Wyvern's a little slow on the get up. What about the other guy? So they did switch out a player. They switched out
30 seconds
their
to
mid player
battle.
from last time. I'm pretty sure, right?
Yeah, and he actually did a lot of work. So let's see. It looks like they're switching up the positions. Ender. Oh no. Their starter player is now in the mid position. So it looks like they're giving their. I think Ender was the second best player in my opinion. So yeah, let's see how well Kimi plays. But I
Battle
think
begins.
their mid player was really strong, so quite unfortunate
Coin helps.
for them.
I
They
think
lost
this
it.
is gonna set them back quite a bit. It's gonna be difficult.
Yeah, we'll see. Who knows? Maybe Ender plays an amazing Ember Spirit, as it was banned out, I think, in the last 2 games. And who knows about Kimi's supporting potential. So they're gonna get a great block here on the mid lane. This is gonna secure Ender these first couple last hits. Jesse actually grabbing up this laser beam first. Oh my god, this bug is back. Um,
Oh, I won't move it. Sorry.
yeah. So Jesse grabbing this laser beam first. He's gonna deny up a lot of last hits on his Ember, so it looks like Jesse's actually winning this
Yeah.
lane a little bit.
Pretty easily, right?
No, it's not. He's not winning the lane. It's
I
even,
think
but
not.
he's got this first. Got a first 2 denies, so that's pretty good. Top lane, we've got a dual lane from Hanging Sky and Wyvern, and I think this dual lane is gonna pressure a lot. And it's a tri lane from the other side, like I said, and the ward was the camp was blocked off. So it should be a lot of pressure. However, these 2 supports are really strong, so I think Phantom Monster should be able to farm just fine. It's really hard to pressure up against these two supports. They're just so strong. It's really hard to kill someone when they have Cold Embrace as well as the Fissure. Bottom lane, we've got Dino just pulling, and Calypso is lining up solo against Smalls. I think Calypso should be just fine with that dispersion.
Looks like there might be a little
Yep.
little skirmish on the top. Oh shit!
Oh,
the
mid
Fissure
lane.
comes out and the block. That's the block. He's gonna die. Yep.
Yep. Nope, he's actually got
I
Shallow
don't think
Grave.
it's gonna be enough.
No, he will fall
Oh,
to this
he-
one last hit
Yeah.
of that Winter Ribbon. But first
Very
blood
good
was actually
Fissure.
spilled.
Very good
Mid
Fissure
lane.
by the Earthshaker. Sealing out that kill.
How does that happen? That should never happen.
I think
no.
King Sky was playing a little too
Oh,
up.
mid lane.
Oh, mid? Did
That
mid
should
die?
never happen.
Did mid die?
Oh no, he might get a return kill here. Oh no, the tower is hitting up a lot and he's bottling up. Ender just takes a bunch of harass for no reason. But he does have the bottle now. Mid lane should never... Tinker should not be able to get a kill on Ember Spirit. He has the Flame Guard. It's really hard to kill him. That should not happen.
Oh man, Jesty's a player. I don't know what to say.
Really shouldn't happen. Although, if you do... I mean, if you do play well, I can see it happening because laser goes through the aphotic, the shield because it's pure damage, and we got an invisibility
Oh, shit.
picked up. Ender will fall here, and that's why. Do you see that? On the solo kill,
Yeah, the laser went through.
the heat-seeking missile.
Oh, we have a chase here on bottom. Oh, never mind, he backed off.
No, nothing should happen there. But the solo kill is very surprising for me, and I can't
Not
click
so
on anything
close,
anymore.
Ember Spirit.
sorry.
You're warming my wings.
The solo kill really surprised me. I guess he got a lot of harass with the heat-seeking missiles before the Flame Guard went up, and the Ember got too cocky because he thought he had Flame Guard, so Jesse managed to kill him with the laser. I think that's the best explanation.
We have someone wrapping around the winter wiring. Oh, he's just warding. Okay.
This wording, yeah. So yeah, it looks like mid lane's quite a bit of a win for Jesse. He actually lost the lane incredibly. Bottom lane looks like Small is doing a little bit of harass on Dino, but shouldn't matter too much. Just gonna mess up the creep pool. But the last two games, Jesse, the first game he was about even on the mid laner, and he did get ganked, so he's actually, I would say, behind because he was even. And then the second game, he just got destroyed by that Lina. Lina was doubling up on the CS with a significant network lead. Top lane looks like they're making a go on Wyvern. He's just gonna sprint out, but it looks like he's just playing a lot better this game against this Ember Spirit, and he's doubling up on the Ember Spirit now. So
Well, Ember Spirit's a new mid, right? So
yeah, he swapped
Yeah.
up. He was playing the
Yeah.
offlane position previously.
so he's probably just not as strong of a player as the former mid.
Yeah, the former mid actually destroyed Just for Joy, so maybe Wyvern will get caught out. He did move quite well, prevented the fissure block from blocking him in, so he will be able to survive. And they are going to pull, and this is the advantage of the Radiant side offlane. You are able to pull to this camp right here, so that's why the dual lane is going to work out for them. And Hengy's guy is going to do some cheeky plays with this Shadow Wave here.
Oh,
Bottom
Rupert
lane,
gets a kill.
mid lane actually, looks like Dino's rotation's paying off quite well as Ember Spirit's gonna fall again. He has 3 deaths. Every single death
Oh,
on the
this
side of
is-
Dire is gonna go to Ember. So this is really bad for the Dire side. This is gonna be a really fast Boots of Travel timing on the Tinker. Actually, Boots of Travel maybe even before he gets to get points up and March to the Machines. And there's not really much stacking going here, so he really needs these kills as he's going for this kill build. Top lane, no, it looks like nothing's happening.
Yeah, nothing's happening.
But he really needs to get these kills because he did go for the 4-4 build here. Mid lane,
We
looks
see the
like
winter
there's-
iron
yep,
TPing in, yeah, and then looks like there's. Oh wait.
they're gonna make a go.
Oh wait,
You can
they're
see his steering changed up. The Splinter Blast, it doesn't look like Kimi is familiar with how it works.
Yeah.
There's no creeps there. So that was maybe I don't know. Maybe he's not familiar with how the hero works.
That seems
That was unfortunate.
If he Splinter Blast the right target, would he would
Yeah,
that
they
have been a
definitely
kill?
could have got the kill. They would have dove further. And that definitely could have been a kill. Splinter Blast does a ridiculous amount of damage, and it's slow.
Pretty unfortunate, really.
Regeneration.
Yeah, not sure what that was about. Ender actually chains up on some creeps here.
Yeah, and doesn't even get the CS for it.
Rip. And now that just opens up top lane to pressure up. And if you look here on the top lane
look,
CS,
there
yeah,
is something.
they're gonna go on this Earthshaker.
Oh, GG.
He is gonna die. They have sprint up. Yep, one more hit. Sprint move speed. Oh, Earthshaker is really fast though for some reason, but he will fall. There's nothing Matt Blue can do about this. He won't even be able to get a return kill. He's got the stick charges on Wyvern.
And Winter Wyvern's coming back up, I think. And then we have the further TP for the Dino, so it's pretty... Oh, they might get a kill here.
Yeah, no, he's got the W. He should be able to get out just fine. If Dino doesn't get the lift, nope, he's just gonna get out. Wyvern's taking a lot of damage. He should be okay though. Yep, he's just fine with the heal. And there, of course, is Grave always. But if you look at the CS here, the off-lane Slardar is beating the carry Phantom Lancer in CS, so not looking good here. And Spectre, generally a really weak laner, is doing just fine in this 1v1 position. Of course, he did have help early game. Top
And
lane,
the mid
there's
lane
some pings
is-
out. Yeah,
the
mid lane
mid
is just a
lane is-
disaster.
It's GG rip.
Yeah, he's gonna have this boost of travel up soon, but he's actually, it's not even gonna really be helpful for him to have this boost of travel because he doesn't have March of the Machines. He's not gonna be able to do anything with it. He needs 2 more levels, and he's gonna get boost of travel too quickly. So, boost of travel isn't gonna do shit for him. He's just gonna TP around and get kills, I guess.
What a problem to have. Getting boots of travel too early.
I mean, it's part of the skill build. I really don't think he needed to max rockets there. He knew his boost of travel timing was going to be great. He could have gotten that level 8. He can laser this creep. He didn't laser. He could have gotten that level 8, and it looks like they smoked in. They see this remnant in, and they're just waiting for the remnant to come back. But the smoke broke. What a disaster. Dino just showing himself. Oh no. Some pings, angry pings coming out there from...
Well, they're just gonna
Sky.
take the tower then.
Salty Sky there.
Salty
Dino
Sky.
angry. But yeah, they're just gonna take the tower. And like I really think for the level 8 they could have that Tinker could have gotten that rearm. And then level 9 he could have gotten March of Machines. Top lane, there's gonna be some pressure coming in return. But I think this tower is just gonna go down too quickly. And I don't see Dire being able to take it that quickly. Meanwhile, bot lane, this 1v1 situation, Calypso's actually owning Smalls. Holy shit. Smalls is gonna shackle up and ult Calypso, but Calypso taking 0 damage. That 4-man shield and dispersion, actually, that was hilarious. He literally took 0 damage to 4-man shield. And of course, Focus Fire lowers your damage by half, so actually Focus Fire lowered his damage there. If he just hit normally, he would have done more damage, which is quite saddening.
This is like a completely different story from the other games before that seemed like a contest. This seems more like a stomp now.
Yeah, I really think the mid laner was a lot of the temple control.
Oh, we have something going on the
lane.
top. Yeah.
Nope, he's just gonna get out. Winter Wyvern, Wyvern actually doesn't get anything. Winter Wyvern is gonna Splinter Blast.
Kind of misplayed a little bit, right?
He's got
they
he's
might
got the
they might
crush
get it.
upcoming up soon. He's slowed down by Winter Wyvern, so he should be okay there. But yeah, I think the last game the mid laner just dominated Temple so hard. It was really a big blow for them to lose him right now. And there's just some outplays here happening on the side of Columbia against, especially in that mid lane now. Jesse was getting owned before, and now the exact opposite situation is happening.
Do you think that one player can change a team entirely? Or?
Yeah, I definitely think so. That's how Columbia got dominated so hard game 1. Also, I believe game 1 they were outdrafted, so that was also a factor contributing. Top lane, there's gonna be a dive going in, but Matt Flu is just gonna doppelganger away, and Ender is actually even gonna TP in. Maybe he's gonna get a kill on Dino. Dino is getting really low. Hey, Shell Grave.
And there's a kill.
Oh no. He waited too long for the shallow grave. He had the time to use it, didn't use it. Now Jesse comes up. He's got a boost of travel, so he can just keep rearming and spamming these missiles. Bottom lane, it looks like Earthshaker rotated down to pressure up the Spectre, but Spectre is really
Do you think it's gonna be a team fight right here?
Top lane, no. Everyone's backed off. Yeah, it's not gonna be a team fight. Spectre doesn't have that much income right now. It looks like
Oh, look like there's a ping on the Earthshaker. They want to go in on this, I think.
yeah, they've TP'd a couple of heroes down.
Backed off.
Yeah, Spectre's net worth is decent, but not anything spectacular.
I mean, he's fighting solo in the lane, so.
Tinker's net worth, on the other hand, is owning, but he has no acceleration on this net worth. He doesn't have that March machine, so it doesn't matter. He's not gonna be able to. There's no stacks even, so it's just gonna sort of plateau off because he didn't grab that point in March of Machines.
Wow, you're
And
very insistent on this lack of skill build.
I
This
mean,
lack
it's
of
a good
adaptation.
build in the early game, but you have to watch your timing on the booster travel. You want to be able to have at least 1 point in the March of Machines and 1 point in the rearm as soon as you get that booster travel. So he's just gonna sort of stick around in this middle lane, and it's really hurting his farm. He could be way richer, and I guess he can just get kills now.
Oh, here's a kill. Potentially a kill on the Earthshaker on the bottom.
Lane. He's
Oh, looks
gonna
like they're
fish
gonna
her
run
out.
away.
He jukes. Oh, but doesn't juke the right direction. It's gonna lift it by Dino. It's gonna be a
Yep.
quick and easy kill. Nicely done from.
So, how could he have juked correctly to survive?
I think his jukes were great. I think Calypso's was just too good in finding him with that Shadow Strike. I think the juke was just fine. There isn't really much else he could do. I think he just needed to not be out of
Dyer's
position
bottom tower is under
in the lane.
Game is hard, my friend.
See, Jesse doesn't even have 1 point in March of Machines.
Oh my god, you're so insistent on this Martian
mean-
machine.
I mean, look, he could have like 1,000 more net worth by now, literally, because, I mean, obviously there's no stacks, but if his support's stacked, which Dino is sort of just sitting around mid lane, he could be like doing stuff like stacking and stuff. Of course, the rotations have been good. Top lane, nope, the Slithering Crush is off the mark, so we'll just be fine. But this net worth is a different story. Every single hero on the Radiant side, every single core heal is higher than every single
Looks
core
like there's
hero.
gonna be a gank in mid, probably, right?
He should
no.
be
Oh, I
okay.
think
The
it's
chains
just-
is off, so I think if the chains hit, he might have died, but he did have a TP and almost all the stuns. No, there was a walk up for Enchant Totem, so if the chains hit, he was probably dead. But the chains,
Fisher was a little late, right?
Fisher was fine. The chains was just off the mark. That was the only
Dyer's
problem.
top tower is under
And Jesse's
attack.
finally level 10, gets his first point in March Machine, so he's gonna be able to accelerate farm a lot here.
It looks like the top tower's gonna go down. Looks like no one's gonna come to defend it, and they're just gonna let this go.
Yeah, it's really hard to
Dyer's
do
top
anything
tower
against
has
that.
fallen.
Yeah, top tower is gonna go down, and
There
bottom
seems-
lane on the other
yeah,
hand.
there's a TP. Yeah, they're not even gonna get this.
Jesse's gonna be able to get some return kills here. He's got 4 points up in these nukes. Yeah, Kimi's just gonna fall.
Yeah. So
Ooh,
so
they
I
never
think
miss.
about Tinker is that he wins the mid game really hard, right? But then he falls off.
No,
right?
His late game is ridiculous. No. Tinker, if he gets farmed, he just owns. He gets
GG?
like 1v5.
GG.
His early
what-
game is just too weak because if he gets punished, doesn't get farmed, he just gets fucked. But Jesse somehow won this lane against Ember Spirit, which I don't think should happen.
Is he gonna get Daegong and an Eco Blade or?
Yeah, it's very possible. The next item is obviously going to be Blink Dagger, but afterwards definitely. And now with his March of Machines, his farm should accelerate, so she should get a lot of
Oh,
money.
looks like
Top
there's a
lane,
gank on top. Yeah.
I really don't think Wyvern cares. It's gonna be an old. Actually, no, he won't.
Oh,
fall.
wait, he does
no,
care.
No,
That
he
ult is
doesn't.
quick.
Kimi fucks up again with that Splinter Blast. He Splinter Blast on the Wyvern, on the Slaughter instead of on a creep beside the Slaughter. So Slaughter just lives. That was a misplay. Slaughter definitely would have died there if the Splinter Blast was on the mark.
Yeah, but Kimi, I don't think knows the mechanics of his hero.
Yeah, I don't think he really does know the mechanic of Splinter Blast, and I don't know if anyone on his team is informing him that he's using Splinter Blast incorrectly.
I know even maybe the salt meters are really high on the other team.
I don't
About
think so.
equal to the Hanging Sky salt
Dyer's
meter.
middle tower is under
It's
attack.
a possibility. In any case, I want to see more stacks happening on the side of the Radiant, just to make the Tinker even stronger. They really don't need to keep the gank up. They have a pretty good late game, I think.
No, I kind of want to see a little bit of.
Oh, there
comeback
is
from the
A
late game.
disconnect from Hanging Sky. All right, what did you finish your thought?
I really would like to see some dire comeback of some kind because it just kind of seems like a steamroll right now, and that's not as fun to watch. You know, I would hope that like they get a one good team fight to come back into the game. You know, because it seems too one-sided right now.
Yeah, the farm is just a disaster right now. I wouldn't say they're exactly out of it. They do have a lot of late game potential. Ember Spirit is an absolute beast. So if we do go into late game, we will see. I think that Dire does have a slight advantage in terms of heroes, because they are running multiple cores here. Windrunner will get pretty strong. Earthshaker will get strong. Ember is strong. PL is strong, and Winter Wyvern turns your strength against you in terms of the starter. So,
I mean,
um,
it's hard because they can't really safely farm their own jungle anymore
they
because they
can't
kill the
they can't
towers.
do anything against
Yeah.
Tinker now. So I think if they do manage to survive to say 60 minutes, they will be fine. Bottom lane, Smalls gets dove under the tower and he's just gonna fall.
I mean, late game
Dire's
Spectre will be
bottom
big
tower
too,
is
though, so
under
it's hard
attack.
to.
Yeah, but it's
Dire's structures
Spectre
are
and Tinker are
fortified.
the strong heroes. Slardar falls off.
Dire's bottom tower has fallen.
Dazzle's still pretty good though, but I think if it goes like 60 minutes and there aren't like mega creeps, the Dire side does have an advantage. But it's not gonna go to 60 minutes.
Yeah.
Tinker's just puts up
Dire's
too much
bottom
pressure.
tower is under attack.
And yeah, he didn't get that second point in VR, which is right. He needs to be able to have the mana. And yep, just another dive. And it might end pretty soon here, I think. Tinker's really rich. This Blink Dagger is just picking off players that are out of position on the side of
Dire's
Rochester.
bottom tower is under
And,
attack.
and Spectre is really rich too. He's gonna get a
Bottom
decent
tower
timing on
has
his
fallen.
Radiance. He's already got 3k saved up. And it looks like Spectre doesn't even, like, he's got Haunt, so he's just gonna farm up while the rest of his team pushes up. This weave makes it impossible for Dire Squad to die. Wyvern's gonna back up, but he might blink back in. No, they're actually just gonna back up with Grill. Oh, Hanging Sky gets ulted up. He may fall, he graves himself, doesn't need to grave himself. Oh, but the ult stolen
Oh,
by Dino
wow.
doesn't kill Ember, but really holds him for a really long time. Calypso haunts in, didn't get any kills, unfortunately. So it looked like the ult
No, he got a kill on the.
the Winter Wyvern did die, yeah, but that wasn't a response to, or that wasn't because of these Winter's Curse stolen by Dino, but it was a great steal regardless. Really controlled up. I think it saved Wyvern, so it was a good play there. And meanwhile, Jesse's just farming
Got
like
a
a
free roach
beast.
here too, so it's pretty. I think it's pretty GG. I don't see how they're gonna come back now.
It's not a free rush. They have a lot of ways to deal with it. Although Echo Slam is down, Fissure is still strong. They still got a lot of team fight. Ember Spirit is good, and they're all gonna be really low on the side of Columbia.
They don't have ult, the Winter Wyvern ult, right? And then
Yeah, the ults are really a concern, but I don't think they even know the rush is happening, so it's not that big of a deal. I think the main problem is Jesse is just so strong in the rush pit area with the March of Machines, so it's really hard to contest if Jesse's there, and they didn't even know what's happening, so rush is just going to be taken by Spectre. Interesting. I think might be a little better on Wyvern because Spectre sort of haunts in, and after the haunt, he's fine, whereas Wyvern wants to go ham and then be able to go ham without being afraid of dying. So I think it would have been a little better on Wyvern, on the
does
starter.
Windrunner have any damage right now?
Yeah, Windrunner doesn't do shit, but I think the starter would have been a better target for the Aegis because you can just blink it and get a kill and then respawn and then slam and get another kill. So
Like the Windrunner takes forever to come online. In terms of
he just needs to have a good start. It doesn't take forever. He really just needs an Agnum Scepter plus one item. But yeah, definitely the heroes on the side of Dire do take longer to come online. Phantom Lancer does need a little bit. He's gonna go for the Diffusal Blade first.
Oh, here comes the
Yep.
engagement. This might be the last fight in the game.
No, CNYC Wyvern is just getting owned. Looks like both sides
you
gonna
got-
get a nice Winter's Curse off. But no
yeah,
deaths are
looks like-
happening.
yeah.
Yeah, that's
like
what I
there's
was
been-
saying. Wyvern had to back off after he blinked in because he
Dire's
didn't
middle
have the
tower
Aegis.
is
And I think if
under
they gave
attack.
him the Aegis, it would have been a lot different. He would have been able to stay there.
I mean, they could just put the Spectre ahead too, and then they would.
Yeah, but Spectre doesn't want to do that. He wants to be farming. And it looks like he finished up the Radiance now. Radiance recipe is being delivered, so it's a 19-minute Radiance. Pretty good considering he has Power Treads and a Ring of Aquila on top of that. So he's
And the fact
farmed
that
as
it's
fuck.
1v1 as well, right?
Tinker is just being super annoying, and he should be able to get ridiculous farm. Looks like he is going to go for that Dagon next. He's only 600 away from his level 1 Dagon.
It's a pretty good pickup because they're so under leveled and
Yeah, it's gonna
Shit.
own these squishy supports like the Earthshaker, Winter River, and even the Ember Spirit can get owned if he doesn't have a defensive spirit up.
yeah, I'm pretty sure this game is pretty tough.
Yeah, it'll be an uphill battle for the Dire, but they just need to survive. If they don't drop a Rax in the next 20 minutes, they should be looking to recover quite a bit.
I mean, we need some like good creep clearing then, and not
They have
get 'em
amazing creep clear. They have Splinter Blast, they have Wind Ranger Power Shot, they have Fissure, they have Ember Spirit Sleight of Fists. So they have amazing creep clear.
Do you think they're gonna give up this tower right now, or they're gonna try to
I mean,
defend?
they're all in position to defend. They're not going to give it up. I think it's okay for them to do that because of their amazing creep clear, like I said earlier. I think CNYC isn't on that big of a timer though. They have a huge timing window because their heroes are strong in the late game, just not the super late game. They're a little outmatched in the super late game, but in the late game, they're just fine. So I think if they just farm,
They
get
can just,
even
like-
more of a lead,
Yeah.
and then just walk down mid. Like they've already got 11k net worth lead. If they just increase that to like 20k, which they can easily do because there's nothing Rochester can do. Oh, and it looks like Earthshaker may be able to get picked off here. Gets a Fissure on 3, Echo Slams on just 2. Is it
Oh,
Echo
that's
Slam
a great
stolen?
shackle.
Echo Slam was stolen. Wyvern may
What
die
is
here.
this?
He's gonna die. Thanks to
What
his
is the,
curse. Echo Slam on nothing. Dino, what the fuck?
Dino with a little bit of a misplay.
Oh, but
and
Jesse
onto-
comes in and goes
Yeah.
ham. Haunt comes out. Everyone's gonna get super low from this Haunt. He has Aegis. Calypso has Aegis. So he needs to go in. He needs to go in. He has Aegis. He's gonna back off. I guess he didn't want to pop it. I think it was okay. If he just went in and chased, he could have gotten 3 kills for the Aegis. And it will expire relatively soon. I guess it's okay. Tinker's gonna
We saw
come in.
this last game as well. It's very conservative play.
No, Calypso's generally a very not conservative player in terms
Radiant's
of
top
aggression.
tower is under attack.
Who was he playing last game on the carry? Gyrocopter? He was not being conservative at all. He was just walking in, going ham. Generally not a conservative player. I mean, I guess it's okay. There's no pressure to
I
push.
mean, it's not like they're gonna lose to do this. I mean,
Yeah, they have a lot of time
Yeah.
to just initiate.
they can
Well,
just keep farming like this. It's not like
Smoke up
the
from Rochester. Are they gonna pick off Calypso? If they do it, they need to pick him off twice. He does have the Aegis. Can you stop clicking and stuff?
Yes.
Thank you. Looks like they're not gonna be able to catch him off. Calypso's just gonna get out just fine. He's got Hanging Sky behind him with the Grave as well, and there's an Aegis, so nothing much gonna happen here. Ender is about halfway to his Battle Fury on the Ember Spirit. Diffusal Blade completed on the Phantom Lancer.
Dyer's bottom tower is
Kimi,
under attack.
pretty poor. Looks like he's going for a Glimmer Cape. Same for Earthshaker, pretty poor, nowhere close to that Blink Dagger. And we're gonna go for an Axe first on this Windrunner. So Axe plus 1 item allows her to get a lot of pickoffs, specifically on this Tinker, who's really annoying in terms of his positioning in pushing out lanes. So if they can, I think their comeback is going to be picking off this Tinker, who is really out of position a lot of the time. Like for example, if Ender had one more person up here, he could kill the Tinker, but he doesn't.
Phantom Lancer might get killed here.
Should be okay. They're gonna go on Ember Spirit instead. Does he have a defensive spirit? He does, so he should be okay. Oh, actually lifted chain stun just long enough. He's just gonna get blown up, and that's why the minus armor strat.
Dyer's top tower
He just
is
dies
under
before he
attack.
can before he can ult out. Bottom lane Spectre
wow.
solo kill on this Earthshaker. Earthshaker.
This might be it.
Wyvern going ham on Kimi. Kimi can just embrace himself. That's what he should be doing. Oh, the Haunt actually really hurt him. He should be embracing himself.
That's a two-part.
The Haunt made the chain connect, but
Dyer's bottom
made
tower is
the
under attack.
shackle connect, but it didn't really matter.
This is GG
I
probably.
think Kimi is a little unfamiliar with the Winter Wyvern.
Dyer's
If he
top
just
tower is
embraced
under
himself
attack.
there, it would have been okay. He sort of panicked and didn't do anything. And his earlier Splinter Blasts were questionable.
Dyer's top tower has fallen.
Left much to be desired.
Yep.
Alright, this is probably the final push, probably.
Yep. Tinker is pushing bottom in as well, so he's gonna be able to be everywhere. Actually, doesn't even bother going home first. Calypso doesn't have Aegis anymore. He needs to be careful. But Tinker can just go back home and bottle him up, so it's not a big deal. Looks like Calypso's gonna go for a heart next, so he can just hit the tower a couple times and get back. But this split push or this anti-push from Rochester should keep them in the game for quite a while longer, especially if they can stall long enough to get this Battle Fury completed on the Ember Spirit. Then the wave clear is actually ridiculous. They really need to win team fights before they can push up. It's
Yeah,
already
that shouldn't be that hard because they're so much richer than them, so the team fight should be in their favor.
yeah, but it's hard to fight high ground even with a massive advantage. You've seen, I don't know if you've seen it, but teams that are excellent at high ground defense, especially with all these heroes that are superb at high ground defense, the Echo Slam on, the Earthshaker, you've got the Winter's Curse, and these sort of superb high ground defense heroes are really annoying. Even with a 20-30k gold lead, you can lose fights against them, especially if they have buybacks and stuff like that. So you have to be really careful when pushing high ground. But maybe they'll get a pick off. Maybe that won't matter. I think they want to do is get a pick off. Maybe they'll get a pick off here.
Yeah.
Oh, he just remnant out. Be just fine. No one on the Rochester side will fall. And all this time, they're just buying time for the cores on Rochester to farm up more.
I mean, where are they getting farmed though? It seems hard.
I mean, look at bottom lane. Windrunner's pushing out. He's almost got his Agnums finished. He just needs to get these
there's
last
a stun
hits.
on top.
Top lane. Kimi does embrace himself this time, so he will live. That's what he needed to do last time. Just embrace himself. He'll just be just fine.
And the Rubik got the embrace, I think, from the he got the embrace, which is pretty good, right? That's a pretty good skill to get.
It's great for pushing high ground because you can embrace the creep. You can embrace your teammates to heal them up. So it's an excellent high ground push spell. It's a good spell. It's what they need. Oh, looks like Phantom Monster gets stunned up. He's gonna get lifted. Oh my god, he got blown up by that Shadow Wave. Wyvern's gonna take a lot of damage here, but the Hunt is gonna force everyone back. Spectre is gonna go in. And then just back off. But they are gonna get some.
I think they're gonna get racks here, probably.
They're not gonna get racks unless they get more kills. They need to get these kills. He's gonna get Small's gonna get Quick up. Wyvern is gonna get ulted, but I don't know about that ult. There was no one around. It was only controlling one, and because of that, the Windrunner is gonna fall because he turned around to fight. And
He might
now
be
they'll
dead
get
too.
racks.
Yep, he's probably dead.
That was a poor play from the Rubik. That drop down was interesting.
I mean, it doesn't matter. You still get racks for this, right?
They've still got a lot of high ground defense. They might not even get racks. Ember Spirit doesn't have Battle Fury yet, but they've still got a lot of wave clear.
Oh, I guess this team can stall that long, I
Yeah,
guess.
like I said, they're amazing in terms of wave clear. But I do think this will be racks. They've got 20 seconds on the Windrunner, and she is a significant portion of the damage.
I mean, they have a fort too, though, so they can fort, right?
That's true, they can fort it. They're not gonna fort, they are gonna fort here.
I think they have to here, right?
Yep, it looks like they may be able to hold. I think the range racks will die regardless. They may be able to hold on to that melee rack. There are a lot of creeps in the base. I don't know if it'll happen. And all the heroes are back up, so they are going to hold on to the melee racks. Like I said, this is an amazing high ground defense team, so it's really hard to push into. And
I mean, they got a range rack, so it's still
good. They're
they
not
don't have a tower, so
yeah. The Radiant squad is really bad at pushing towers too. They don't have a lot of building damage. Spectre sort of just kills heroes, so that's
but they're still kind of stuck in their base, so the net worth differential is going to be.
yeah. That's just gonna keep going up and up. We've got a 25k net worth now, as well as a 14k EXP. I'm just gonna grab this Aegis, it looks like, and with the Aegis, hopefully they give it to Wyvern this time so he can just blink in and kill people. I don't think it was effective at all on the Spectre. She didn't even use it, it just expired. So I think they really need to give it to the Slarda here. Are they gonna contest this Roshan from Rochester? Kimi's coming down. Got a Glimmer Cape. No,
there's no way they can contest now. It's too late.
Roshan has fallen to the Radiant.
Well, looks like they're gonna make another push for mid while the Spectre split pushes bottom, or they might just go for bottom here.
Spectre doesn't need to be with the team because he has Haunt. Did they give the Aegis to the
Yeah,
Slarder?
they
did.
gave it to Slarder.
Alright, excellent. Spectre and Tinker both don't need to be with the team. Ender is gonna fall here, lifted up by the Rubik, and will die. That's really bad. Is he have buyback?
This might be it, I think.
Does not have buyback. This may be it actually. You're right. I think Tinker should be like top lane or something, or Spectre. Someone should be top lane. They can get that Rax for free, and then if any team fight happens, great Shackle here. Gonna catch on 2. Is Kimi gonna get the follow
yeah,
up?
this is...
Kimi doesn't get the follow up, and he just blows
it's
up before he
over,
gets the
yeah.
follow up. Spectre haunts in, and
yeah,
everyone's
it's over.
super low. Matt Flu may fall here as well. Spectre's chasing in, gets a Spectre dagger. That is gonna fall. Small's gonna be
Windrunner might
base.
fall too.
Spectre's just gonna dive the base here, and he kills
Oh,
the
and he
Windrunner.
gets the
Triple
kill. Oh, it's
and
over.
GG is called, so it's gonna be game. A much less close game on this game 3 here, and I do really think it was because the mid player had to leave here on that swap for Rochester. Quite unfortunate that the games lasted so long previously and he had to leave, but well played from Columbia University.
Now Rochester put up a good effort, so...
Can't say that about